Hey, welcome in. We're going to do another episode of the quarantine culinary vegan social distancing cooking special. That's what it's called now. Alright, so today we're making curry. This is more of an Indian style curry, as opposed to like a Thai curry that have all the coconut milk and all that in it. So Indian curry. As far as I know, it's Indian curry. I'm not sure. I'm sure some Indian people will probably tell me I'm doing something wrong, but it's my best attempt at an Indian curry. And we're making it from scratch too. So let's see what we got here. We're going to start with the actual curry spices. I'm going to show you what we got here. We got turmeric. I'm not sure. Cumin seeds. I'm sure these are showing up backward, but you guys get the point. Fennel seeds, and black mustard, and also we got some cayenne for the spice, and just about it for that. So the veggies, we're gonna get to that in a minute. So we're gonna be doing our aromatics first. We got an onion, garlic, and of course ginger. Ginger is a key ingredient in curries. I'm not going to use all this, but you get the idea. And our veggies that we're going to do today, since it's whatever I had, we're going to do some cauliflower, potato, sweet potato, this big boy here, butternut squash, and some eggplant. These are Chinese or Japanese eggplant, the long kind. And so I'm going to start off. I'm going to turn on my oven. That doesn't matter. Put that right there. Sorry. The oven's already started because I'm going to be roasting the cauliflower. Last time I made it with cauliflower, it kind of got all watery and kind of weird. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on this cauliflower, wrap it around, a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt. Alright, that's going to get right in the oven, just at like 350 should be good. Alright, next we're going to cut up our aromatics. Trying something new with my camera here, so hopefully it works out today. My wife's iPad. Alright, so let's start off. Onion, I've been showing you guys how to do these. Get the root, stem end off, cut it in half. Peel the skin off. That can go right in our compost thing here. If anybody needs any compost, look somewhere else because we don't have enough for our garden. But we will take some if you have some. Alright, so we start like we normally do. Going along ways. Set it aside. Nice flat against the thing. My hands like this so I don't cut myself. So we're just going to dice these up and get them in from the top. I'm going to dice. This is my favorite thing to cut. It's just the way like the knife cuts into it and it kind of it goes through it. It's I like it. And I can tell my pot over there is nice and hot, so we add some oil to my pot over here. BRB. Where was I? dice enough onion. So my pot of oil is nice and hot. And I'll show you. Let's come with me. Let's see how this works. This is the questionable part. Hopefully, yeah, that's pretty good. Nice. So, onions, we're gonna go right in. Nice. That's the sound you like to hear on a cooking show. Heat back down. Just trying to sweat these guys out. I'm actually going to take them off the heat for a second because it's a little bit too hot. That's fine. Ooh. Strong onions. Alright. So next we're going to do some ginger. So I got this nice big chunk of ginger. We're going to cut off the piece here. There. Cut off these little nubs. Cut the other nub off at the top there. And I'm going to show you a good trick to peel this guys here. So you can use a spoon and you just put it in there. You see that? Just take it off with the spoon, the edge of a spoon. See what I got there. This is good. This is a nice amount here. It's actually might be a little too much. We'll see how much it turns out to be. I'm just going to hard spot there. I'm just going to cut the rest. Kind of lose a little too bit much when you cut it like that, but it's okay. And it should come out. Pot was ready to go again, so I got that sizzling. And you just do a small dice like you would anything else. You go long ways first. Try to get this there. That wasn't very good. It's fine. Oh, hi Skippy. The cat is around. He's annoyed that I'm talking. Just got up and moved and gave me a look like, dude, I'm trying to sleep, but whatever. Sleep all day, Skippy. Alright. Give it a little bit more, just do that. So when you cut like this, when you're mincing something, it's one of the first things you learn in culinary school is that you want to rock it. You don't want to just chop like that. It's not good. It's not going to work. So you want to rock it. You might be hearing a baby in the background of my boy. It's nap time for him. And it's alright. So I'm going to add this ginger to the pot. Good. Alright, and next, garlic. As I said before, I buy the peeled garlic. It's good, saves some time, lasts forever. It's all good. Crush it down first. Crush it down. So just laying it flat, knife's flat, my hand's flat, just putting all my weight into it. And we're going to mince this up a little bit too. My knife skills in culinary school and working they were always sufficient, I would say. They were never amazing. They were good. I could do it. But some people were just ridiculous with the knife. I never really got it down as much as them. Alright. A little bit more. It's okay if you have some big pieces. It's all going to cook. So this is going to go in the pot. There. show you what we got going on in the pot here. And I'm going to wash my hands real quick. I can't stand feeling things on my hands. Alright, wash. So you can see here, we got everything. It's nice, sweating real nice. I'll turn this light off. I like it better. Is it better? It's getting a little too brown. The heat was still a little too hot, so I'm going to just put in some more oil. Okay, I just used canola oil. Pretty sure it's healthier than olive oil. Olive oil's whatever. Whatever the thing is about olive oil that makes it more healthy for you, canola oil has more of that. Alright, so veggies. So when we're doing our veggies, you want to...
Monounsaturated fatty acids.
Yeah, monounsaturated fatty acids. Saturated fats are like your butter if you're not vegan. And coconut oil is saturated fat. Anything that's solid at room temperature is a saturated fat, and there's you don't want too many of those. You need some, but you don't want too many in your diet. All right. So when we're cooking with this kind of vegetables, we got different kinds. We got to think that they're all going to cook a different amount of time. So we got to think of a plan to come up with on a way to do it. So I think sweet potato is going to take a little bit longer than the regular potato to cook, and that's going to take just a little bit longer than the butternut squash. And that's good. Butternut squash is going to take way longer than the eggplant. Eggplant, kind of put it in right at the end. All right, so we're just going to dice these up. You can leave the skin on for these. So just cut it long first. These get tough sometimes. So. So you cut it this way. So it's kind of like a big thick fry right now, except we're going to cut it again. You want to get them as even as possible here because you want them to cook uniformly. You don't want to have one wow, Marty. We don't want to have one really hard piece and against a bunch of really soft pieces of potato. Who do we got here? I can't see. I got a thing in the way with my thing. Let me see. Who do we got? Oh, hi, Jill. And hi, Amy. Thanks for joining us. All right. Sweet potatoes. We're going in sweet potatoes. About that size. That's what you want to look at. Yeah, that's great. That's good. Good cinematography, right? To have the person that's hosting it leave the picture altogether. Sorry, it's the best I can do. I don't have like a camera crew. I think it's actually working pretty well, so good. And I'm having fun, so that's what really matters, right? But really, I do love that I could still cook right now. A lot of bad things going on right now. In the country, in the world, but you still get to cook. That's always been a passion for me, something I love to do, and we just, we can cook our food and try to enjoy ourselves, and hopefully, everything gets better soon, and hopefully, hopefully we all come out okay, you know what I mean? Alright, potatoes. About the same size as the sweet potatoes. One second, actually. smells like really, really good. That needs to be next feature they add. That they always talk about smell-o-vision. You need to have smelly live. I don't know. It's stupid. All right, so butternut squash. Good. I love these. You get them pretty much year round. I usually like using them in autumn. Makes more sense. I always do a butternut squash soup. Oh geez, maybe I'll do that next because I'm not using all this. This is enough to feed 30 people, so we're just gonna go about right here. Should be enough for a curry. That's it. That's even a lot, but that's okay. Just go your weight down on it. Careful. Go there. And there are people that use this skin. I heard it's kind of chewy on there, but I'm not going to try that. I want to make this perfect for you all and for me, so do that. So right, cut the top off. There's some seeds in this part that you usually have to maneuver around, but we're not going to worry about that today. And so you just hold it flat and just look right down, and you can see where the skin is, and just go straight down. This is nice and easy here. So we got all of it done. This can just go in our compost. And then we're going to go down. That, you see what I did there? Straight down again. They're the same kind of size. So we're going for the potatoes. Same way, same basic idea. Cut it. If you're hearing in the background, that's Leo the Truck. It's a great show for an 11-month-old baby. And by baby, I mean a kid that's not going to be a baby for much longer because he's cruising around, he's picking himself up, probably be walking. Next week, and then he'll be in kindergarten, and he'll be in college, and then he'll be beating me at chess or something. That's an inside joke that none of you get, so do that. Alright, so same size of that. We're going in the pot. Do a little bit more. Why don't I show you what I got going on? It works, huh? So I got everything in here. I'm making a lot of curry. This will be enough to save some for a bit later. And so I got everything. The eggplant, we're not going to worry about that just yet. So we're just going to let this cook. I'm going to turn the heat up. And then I'm going to add my tomatoes. So I'm just using diced tomatoes. You could do pretty much any tomato product you want. I like to have a little bit in there. You could use whole peeled tomatoes. That works real nice too. It's good. It kind of brings it together. I'm actually going to do another can of these. Hold on 1 second. Here we go, another can of tomatoes. These are actually whole, but that's okay. They'll be fine. That's all I'm going to cook. And I'm going to have curry for days, which is good days. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put a lid on this. And I always have a little screw here that I put in. I don't like that it has a hole in it. I want it to actually do what the lid is supposed to do and let it steam in there. So I'm going to put this on the back burner, literally. What else would I need?
Is that okay for the iPad?
Maybe I'll put it on this side. My wife's pointing out that the iPad is very close to the stove here, so she's right. I don't want to destroy that iPad. So let's go over here. We'll start it off on high, and then we'll go from there. If it's cooking too much, we can turn it down. All right, so now I'm gonna teach you how to make the curry spice, the curry powder. The curry powder that you could buy, it's pretty good for some things, like down on the ground here. It's pretty good for some things. I wouldn't recommend it for this though. If you had the means for these to do this, I recommend you do it. It tastes so much better than that stuff. Where did I get these, you asked? There's a couple of Indian stores. There's one down on 561, or right off of 561, coming this way from Collingswood, Haddon Township, Haddonfield area, Haddonswood, if you will. You go down, just go down a little bit until you go over 295, and then to your left there's a little shopping center that has a great Indian market. You could buy all these spices there, really good stuff, pretty cheap too. Just buy it, and it's going to be there. It's not something that's going to run out. People aren't going to go out and buy a whole bunch of this stuff right now, so it'll be there for you to use, and it's good. It's small business too, so you could also help out small business, which is always good. So I got my pan on nice and hot here, and I'm going to turn it all the way down now because I know it's hot, and we're going to do our spices. You just hold it on for 1 second. Alright. First things first, we're going with coriander. And I do 2 tablespoons coriander. And we're going with our fennel, and it's only going to be 1 tablespoon of fennel. Cumin seeds, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of that. Toast it, you're going to shake it out, make sure it's all nice and even there. Turn it up just for a second. You really got to be careful and watch this and make sure it doesn't burn. I burn maybe half the time that I do it. I end up burning it, but I'm not going to do that right now. I mean, I might, but. And last thing, we're doing I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of black mustard seed. It's a necessary ingredient for curries. It's good, real good. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. You can smell it when it's toasting. It smells amazing. Toasting brings out a lot of flavors that are not always going to be there. Let me stir my pot of curry here. So does anybody know what the official national dish of England is? It's curry. Because England steals things from other countries and makes it their own. They stole it from India. It's like the tea from China. The tea time. They stole it from China. Alright. So this is just about toasted here. And we can do this part a number of different ways. I'm going to show you one way. So this is mortar and pestle. I don't know which one's which. Mortar? Pestle? I think this is pestle.
Pestle is the hand thing over your hand.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go in. I'll put these in here. Alright, so that's still hot, nice and toasty, so they're going to keep each other warm in there. I mean, it's still hot, it's still cooking a little bit, but it's not going to burn. And I'm just going to show you how to do this. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it takes a little while. So then you just want to grind it up. Just like that. And it takes much longer than that, but I'm shortening this up because I don't want to be, I know you guys don't want to watch for that long. So that's going to be all ground up, and then we're going to add a nice heaping tablespoon of turmeric. That's going to give it that bright yellow color. It's actually my favorite color that exists. You probably can't see it, it's great right now in this camera, but it's a beautiful gold yellow color. And then we could add some cayenne, as much as you want, depending on how spicy you want it. And so mortar and pestle is only one way you could do it. You could also do it in a coffee grinder, a spice grinder. Kind of like this one that I bought a couple of years ago at a thrift store. It's awesome. It's like the oldest thing, but it still works. It might be better than some of the new ones. Alright, so yes, I already have some of my own curry powder here that I made last time. And there we go, curry powder. And I'm gonna, let's wait to add that. I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm gonna use our Instant Pot to cook some rice. Should be real simple. Just gonna do about 1.25 cups of rice. And then, oh, that's exciting, isn't it? Edge of your seat. Then we're gonna do equal amount of water. If I was cooking on the stove, I would do 1 part rice and 2 parts water. But the Instant Pot's going to make it so we don't have to do that. And a little bit of salt. It's going to go on. Make sure it's steamer's locked, pressure cook. Keep warm after. We're going to go 20 minutes. That'll be the perfect time to cook this rice. And you just let it sit in there, keep warm until you're ready to eat it. Nice and easy. Yeah, it's telling me it's ready to go. Alright, so let's go back to our stove setup over here. I'm going to show you this. This is how I had this rigged up for, where is it? Yep, that's what my iPad's sitting on, to try to make it so you guys can see what we got going on. Alright, cool. Man, we are steaming here. Ow. Hot. Alright. Let's see that steam going. Put back on our main thing here. Turn it back on. Alright. I'm going to forget the salt. Just do a nice amount. My wife and I were watching the show today, and something they always do on shows, they're like, just add a little bit of whatever the ingredient says, and they add like a ton of stuff to it. Hilarious. Alright, so So curry, I got my curry going. To, let's see, 1, 2, I think 3. This is a lot. You don't need to make this much when you make it. You could probably do half and you'd be good for a little while. Enough for, this is enough for like 5 or 6 people, to be honest with you. Alright. Alright, so that's going to cook. The lid's going to go back on. And we're going to come back to the cutting board. Alright, this actually works good like this setup. I'm glad that worked out. So we got some eggplant. Just going to cut the top off of these. And we're going to dice them too. So I'm just going to cut that this way. Go long ways. Something here. And flat. I'll just cut it long ways one more time. One more time. One more time. And then we could go this way. Do nice big chunks. I don't know why I did that. Same thing, we're going to do 2 of these. There's a little spot there, but that's okay. It's not something that's not edible. Not something that's not edible. I don't, probably a better way I could have said that. Yes. Alright. These big chunks here. This is actually pretty thin, so I'm just going to go across without cutting it down the middle. Alright, now here's the thing. The curry is not ready for this eggplant, so I'm not going to add it yet. And this is the last thing we're going to do. So it's not ready because the potatoes and butternut squash are still pretty firm in there. I'm going to let that cook for another 20 minutes. It should do it, and then I'm going to put the eggplant in and let it cook for another about 10 minutes. And yeah, this is the difficulty of doing a live cooking show, because you don't have the magic to come back in 20 minutes and just, have it nice and ready. I could have, like at the last one, I did cook the black beans first, so I had it for you, but I just couldn't make that much curry and make it twice. But yeah, so in about 20 minutes, we're going to add the eggplant to it, and so are you if you're making this. I hope you guys are making these things, because yeah, I like to spread my cooking knowledge. It's something that I'm good at and I like to share. So yeah, that is about it for now. I'll show you how it's done one more time before we go. But that's it. Thanks for joining me, and stay safe. Keep doing the social distancing thing and the quarantine thing. Might be a couple of months or so, or whatever it's going to be, but something we can do, something we have to do to protect the people that have a chance of getting the virus, and to help out the nurses and doctors that are risking their lives to help save lives. It's just, kind of crazy. So, yeah, but we can still eat food. Remember that. I'll show you one more time. We got here. It's very steamed up. There it is. Very good. Alright, this has been the quarantine culinary social distancing live cooking channel show. with Mark Simone. Sing my own music. Alright, thanks. You're probably not there anymore, so thanks anyway.